shag rug in a shade of orange that could only be achieved through industrial chemicals and a complete disregard for human aesthetics. It's the Rhodes family rug, Jen, Adam said, proudly rolling it out in the middle of their modern living room. My great-uncle bought this after he won a bet at a bowling tournament. It's heritage. It's a petri dish for disco-era dust mites. Adam, Jennifer countered, stepping carefully around the orange fluff. It looks like a Muppet exploded in our apartment. It doesn't go with the sateen finish sheets we argued about for 3 hours. Heritage doesn't have to match. Jen, it stands on its own. The conflict escalated until Audrey was brought in as a mediator. She stood in their doorway, looking at the rug with the professional detachment of a senior deputy editor of Indoor Living. Technically, Audrey said, suppressing a shudder, it's a statement piece. The statement being, I am not afraid of being blind. See? Adam shouted. However, Audrey continued, statement pieces work best in places where people don't have to look at them, like a basement, or a dumpster, or Jeff's storage unit. In the end, a compromise was reached. The rug was moved to the meditation corner that Audrey had eventually abandoned when she realized that meditating was just thinking about your to-do list while sitting in a weird way. Now, Adam could sit on his orange heritage and contemplate the mystery of Uncle Bill's bowling luck. Chapter 32, The Pet Claws. Audrey's sister was going on a spiritual retreat to a place that didn't allow phones, electricity, or high-maintenance French bulldogs. Thus, Brutus arrived at the Bingham apartment. Brutus was 6 pounds of snorting, wheezing energy. He looked like a gargoyle that had been shrunk in the wash. I don't do dogs, Audrey, Jeff said, staring at Brutus, who was currently trying to eat Jeff's left slipper. They require interaction. They have needs. I barely handle your needs, and you can at least use the remote. It's just for a week. Jeff, think of it as practice. You know, for later. Jeff froze. The later word. The word that usually led to discussions about fertility clinics and herbal hay powder. Practice for what? Are we planning on adopting a gargoyle? Jeff's relationship with Brutus was one of mutual suspicion until Brutus realized that Jeff was a constant source of snacks. By day 3, Brutus had developed a buffet strategy that involved sitting near Jeff's feet and making a sound like a tiny, dying vacuum cleaner until Jeff dropped a piece of pepperoni. He's using you. Jeff, Audrey laughed, watching her husband share his sandwich with the dog. He's not using me. We have an agreement. He doesn't bark at the TV during the game, and I provide him with the processed meats he deserves as a fellow male in this house. When the week ended and Brutus was picked up, the apartment felt strangely quiet. Jeff sat on his couch, looking at his unchewed slippers. You miss him, don't you? Audrey asked. I miss the pepperoni vacuum, Jeff admitted, but don't get any ideas. If we get a dog, it has to be a Syracuse dog, something that looks good in orange. Chapter 33, The Dunbar Doctrine. Timmy, Russell's data-driven assistant, had a new project, personal brand optimization. Sir, your digital footprint is currently 60% drunk guy at a lounge and 40% guy who wears suits to the grocery store, Timmy reported. To attract the high-level intellectual targets you desire, we need to launch a blog. The Dunbar Doctrine. Wisdom for the modern gentleman. Russell loved the idea. I have wisdom. I have doctrines coming out of my ears. The blog was a disaster of ego. Russell's first post was, the correct way to tilt a fedora while discussing wine. His second was, why women actually like it when you ignore them a data-based approach. Russell, this is offensive to the entire concept of the internet. Jennifer said, reading a post about how to judge a woman's soul by her choice of appetizer. It's provocative. Jen, it gets people talking. It certainly got one person talking. Bronson, the playground bully somehow found the blog's comment section. Under every post, Bronson left a single sentence. This was written by a man who was once rejected by a go-gurt. How does he know? Russell screamed, staring at his screen. How did he find me? Timmy, block him. Launch a counter-strike. Sir, his engagement metrics are higher than yours. Timmy said, checking his tablet. His comment has 400 likes. Your post about fedoras has to. And one of them is from your mother. Russell eventually took the blog down, realizing that some doctrines were better kept to himself or at least kept away from 10-year-olds with an internet connection. Chapter 34, The Buffet Strategy. Jeff Bingham considered the all-you-can-eat buffet at the Golden Trough to be the pinnacle of human achievement. It was the only place where he felt his distribution skills were truly appreciated by a community. The secret, Adam, Jeff said as the group stood in line, is pacing. Don't go for the bread. The bread is a trap designed to fill you up cheaply. Go for the proteins, the high-value targets. Adam was overwhelmed. There's so much shrimp. Jeff, why is there so much shrimp? Don't question the shrimp. Just move. And for God's sake, don't use the same plate for the salad and the prime rib. Cross-contamination is the enemy of the buffet warrior. Russell stood at the edge of the line, looking at the sneeze guards with profound disgust. I am a man of the Metropolitan Opera. I should not be standing in a room that smells like a collective deep fryer. However, his tune changed when he saw the dessert station. Specifically, the chocolate fountain. Is that high-grade Belgian? Russell asked, his eyes widening. It's brown and it's flowing. Russell, Jeff said, don't ask for credentials. Just dip your marshmallow and get out of the way. The afternoon ended with the group in various states of physical distress. Adam looked like he had seen a ghost, and Jeff was sitting in a booth, staring into space with the look of a man who had won the war but lost his soul. I did it, Audrey, Jeff whispered. For plates, no bread. I beat the system. You look like you're about to explode. Jeff, she said, handing him a napkin. It's the weight of victory, he replied, closing his eyes. Tell the Jimmer, I stayed true to the code. Chapter 35, The Art of the Apology. Marriage, the group realized, was less about the I do and more about the I'm sorry. But each couple had a different dialect